The African continent is trying to develop its languages through the African Academy of Languages. And we've been celebrating, we've been seeing all sorts of language weeks, language days, etc. And we're grateful for UNESCO's initiative of the Modern Language Day, which is 21st February. Now, the African continent and the African Academy of Languages, as the main language agency of the African Union, considers this a necessity to come up with a period whereby all Africa would come together to celebrate the importance of their languages, their culture. It's not only about African languages, it's about African culture globally. Now, ACALAN, as EU's African Union's specialized institution to develop African languages and promote them, considers this necessary to come up with this proposal during the Specialized Technical Committee of Youth, Culture and Sport of the African Union to propose the acceptance, the endorsement, the validation of ACALAN's proposal to use 24 to 30 January as the Week of African Languages. What does that mean? It is a week in which all Africa would reflect, would seize the pride of using their languages, of endeavoring for their languages to develop them effectively as languages of instruction. We will organize events in this week. Each member state of the African Union would organize a special program to dialogue and reflect on ways and means of promoting and developing our languages more effectively. We will come together to celebrate, to commemorate the power of our culture, the power of our languages as a factor of African integration, because we all know that the African continent cannot develop effectively without effective use of African languages in its development program. So the African Languages Week is a week of reflection. It's a week of pride. It's a week of commemoration. It's a week of celebration. It's a week of endeavor. It's a week of consciousness. All the positive aspects that shows us that African languages are the main factor, the main pillar, the nucleus of our development. So we would try to communicate to all member states. We have national structures according to our statutes. We have national structures in each member state of the African Union, which is embedded within the Ministry of Culture or Education, depending on which ministry is in charge of language development. All our national structures, including ACALAN, all sectors of our society, the media principally, would come together to try to disseminate this information, to try to showcase what we can do, what our languages are capable of, what our languages are for our development. So this ACALAN would launch it in January. All Africa will participate in it because all Africa is now enthusiastic about the development of our languages, because all Africa knows that now this continent that has been colonized for more than 60 years cannot continue relying on other people's culture and languages. Other languages are our partner languages. We respect them. Language is an asset. Language is an asset. You understand the language, it means a great deal for you. You can empower yourself. You can widen up your consciousness. But you can never develop using other culture and languages. So the African Language Week is here for us. ACALAN will start the activities, and the member states, I'm sure our vehicular cross-border language commissions, our national structures would all join us, and we'll try to do something about this week, this symbolic week, this important week for Africans to be more conscious about themselves, to be more conscious about their history, to be more conscious about their capability, to be more conscious about their potential. I said one thing to people: what the others can do, we can do. We can even do it better, but we must work for it in dialogue and discipline. 24 to 30 January is the period validated, endorsed, chosen by the Honorable Ministers of Culture, Sport and Youth as the African Languages Week. And we'll be communicating with member states to try to enlighten them more about the terms of reference and aspects of what we can do to mark this event. 24 to 30 is the week that we have chosen for celebrating this period.